are now.
Okay. Hi, I'm Don, and the film editor here is Rod Trump, and we're just going in a hive to look and see what we got. We've had a real hot summer. It's been in the 90s most of July, so it's real dearth. Most people are finding out they're feeding their bees. That's pretty early, but sometimes you have to do it. So let's go in and take a look-see. And I'm going to put on a little veil here in case I get popped. And we're going to move right along because there's about 20 minutes of time on the camera. You can see there's some bees there on the hive, on the roof of the hive. I took the cover off. Typically that's not like that, but it might be because they're so hot. So we're going to start in the back, push the follower board out a little bit, and just see what's going on. This just adjusts the hive, so if you want to move forward or back, like time fall comes around, and they push out all the drones, and a lot of the workers will die too after working so hard. This might get down to, I don't know, 15 bars or so. So we're just looking, see what's in there right now. Here's a frame with a lot of, looks like old cap honey. Pretty dark. I don't know if you can see that. So, other side's not much in there. So we're just going to slide this back. Now the biggest thing I found I don't get popped is you got to move slow. If you're moving jerky motions, the bees see the motion. This one here is more capped honey. I'm hoping to see some drones because I want to check for mites. Usually late July, mid-August, you should really check your mites level. Some people use a sticky board. I like to cut out maybe drones the size of a quarter. It's got a little bit of honey in it, not much. Let's see. This one's really heavy. That's got almost 3/4, and this feels like there's 6 pounds of honey in here, so that's good. You can see the propolis and stuff on the side. I usually clean it off, and I'm just going to do them real quick here. If I can catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I know the bees are going to clean it up. So I don't worry too much. Of course, you know, they have to expend energy to tighten this all up, so I don't like to do that too much. So the color of this, I can see that these were empty bars that I put in, I think, in May. And they just needed more space. I didn't want them to swarm. I did a split. This one stuck to the side a little bit. There's some fresher. You can see this is white and then the darker stuff down here. So they're working. I'm kind of pleased about that. And I got a little bit of propolis here on the side. I'm going to clean up. And what I like to do is I'm going along. Speaking of mites, I got a spray bottle here. It's got 5 drops of wintergreen oil and 2 teaspoons of tea tree oil, and the rest is olive oil. I got this recipe from Mr. Burbach, my mentor, and I don't know, I haven't had any trouble with mites, so I'm not going to say it works, but I feel really blessed that, I mean, hive might be dead next year if I get a whole bunch of mites. But I'll do a sticky board later on in August. Now here we're starting to see some brood in here, not a whole lot. But you can see honey up on top. And I don't see a whole lot of pollen. I'm not surprised because of the way the weather's been. So one of the things you got to think about, I know 2-3 years ago we had a situation like this with a lot of heat. And it just wasn't hardly anything going on. Same thing here, there's a little brood. Not as strong as you would find in the springtime. She's really laying a lot of eggs. But I found in this real dearth weather, when she stops, it may be because there's no food around. I don't know how bees think. Now you can see there's more brood on that. A little better pattern. We got honey up on the top. So this queen in here is, I think, doing a pretty good job so far. And again, if I'm right about in the middle of my box, if you've got the Langstraw boxes, you know, you'd pull your ends off and you would see another good frame. Then when you start getting towards the middle of your box, you're going to see a brood. Well, the same thing. This is about the middle of my box. And you notice I'm not lifting boxes up. I'm not lifting boxes of honey up. Matter of fact, I can't lift them up. And then we're going down a little smaller brood pattern. So we got 2 good frames, a couple of small ones. And I'm going to hit the sides again. And that's all I do is do that a couple times. Don't need to drown them. This one here, this has some queen cells on it early in the spring, and I did a split. Look at that. Now there's another good frame of brood. I don't know what we got on the other side. That's even better. And you can see that. So here it is in the dearth. Not much food around. And this particular hive is making honey, which makes me happy because I may have to feed them in the fall when I check them before I close it up for the winter. But right now, they're looking pretty good. There's some spotty brood there and some more there. And, you know, normally I would be concerned if it was just spotty brood that I might have a failing queen. But when I looked at the other 3 frames here, I had a nice pattern, so I'm not too concerned about that. And I'm not even looking for the queen. There's a lot of bees on all the frames. That's another good sign. Here's some more that are working honey. There's a little pollen in this one. Well, that's good. And you notice here was the brood, and here's where I start to see a little bit of pollen. So that makes sense. Without pollen, you can't have babies. They need that protein to make the bee bread. So that's what my big concern is how much pollen's around. Now here's some more honey, and I don't know if you can see right there the yellow and orange pollen. I don't know if Rod zoomed in on that or not, but
I kind of had a side of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could see the pollen. We'll hit one yet.
Yeah. Well, you want to try it again? Zoom in on it.
Okay.
Okay. It's right here on this side. And, well, actually, there's more in the bottom. Let me just... You can see the pollen all over this one. And it's reddish, yellow, orange. So here it is, August 1st, and there's pollen, so they must be finding something. And I'm going to do a little spray again. Now, my bees are pretty gentle. They're flying around a little bit, but that's because of me talking and moving and using my hands much more. Now, Rod, I don't know if you get a copy a picture of that from your side. And I'm going to squash this big bee here. And you got to look for these when you go in. Because they want the honey too. Now here's another frame, mostly pollen. So I'm really, this one's doing good. Let me see if I can blow this out of the way so you can see some of that yellow and orange in there and red. Okay. Now I haven't used any smoke to speak of. Actually my smoker's gone out. I may have to light it here towards the end because they might get a little antsy. Now this has pollen on the top on this side. I can't see with all the bees on this, but I'm going to just move along with this because I really want to close this up. So we got 3 or 4 frames with pollen. So that means she's going to have some bees in the fall that we can fatten up. Here's some more honey and pollen. See honey on the top, pollen on the bottom. I don't use this spray during the flow. I don't want to contaminate their honey. But this time of the year, it's pretty safe to use it. The wintergreen really has quite a smell to it. It's not a bad smell, but of course, you know, 80% of the mites are going to be in cap brood. So this mixture is only going to help those that are out and about. And again, this is just some fresh cap honey. Okay, now this honey here was on the other frame I'm going to show you. See this big bulge? I don't have as much. Some of these frames are 1 1/4, some are 1 3/8. Sometimes they get too close, that's what happens. But I don't know if you can see this here, but that's all fresh honey. And that's down to here. So, you know, there's about 3 pounds there. And you keep adding that up. It makes a difference. So that bulge on that side, I'll show you where it was connected to this side here. See this hole right here? That's where that honey is on that other frame. So when I pulled that one out, I actually broke it off. But they had it stuck there, so I'm going to put that back in the same way. Now you'll notice this frame is the same thing. It's got starting to get a little bulge there. It's fresh white cap honey. And that's about all it is. So, Ron, if you want, can you come around this side? I just want to get a picture of where they propolize this here. Now what I'm going to do is just scrape that down like this. Go easy so I don't hurt the bees. And I drop it down the bottom, or cases like this where I can pick it up, keep a tin can, and I throw it in. Alright, so I want to spray again and close her up. Don't want to spend too much time. When I'm doing that, I like to move 3 bars at a time. Now when they're bees like this here, I'm going to take my brush, and what I'm going to do is just push down like this here and try to get one end in so that I got propolis on the side. That's what's causing it to stick. Okay. There we go. And again, I'll push that down Get the bees out of there so I don't squish them. Well, they're probably saying, what's going on out here? What's all this moving around? Well, it looks like a lot of bees. This is not an aggressive hive. I haven't used any smoke. This is just because of my motion and jarring things around there. You know, it's been pretty quiet. So as I close this up, you're going to see fewer and fewer bees as things are going to calm down. And see, that's the nice thing about this. One of the advantages over the boxes, standard boxes, is there's no spaces between the frames. So when you pull a Langstroth cover off, there's spacers between it, and all that light and whatever else is around goes down there. Where this way, they don't know what's going down here and what's going on up here once you close them up. So there's some disadvantages to top buyers. You got to pull the honey off as it comes, whereas in Langstroth you can just wait until you're ready to pull all your honey at once, and that's nice too. But I can't lift those 60, 80-pound boxes anymore, so I didn't want to give up beekeeping. So I just went to an alternative method that, and I usually don't bang like this. Rod, does it have a timer on it as to how much film we use? Or?
We've got about 12 minutes left.
I got about 12 minutes. So we've done about 8 minutes on this?
A little bit.
That's
about
pretty
10 or so.
Yeah, so I really wanted to find some drones. And I know this last buyer was full of them. Of course, that was back at the end of May, so I don't expect them to be there. We're going to hatch out long before this time. I guess we'll call it a day here.
Stop it.
Yeah.